The first time Jay sensed something was amiss was an idle winter afternoon. He stood before his mirror, waiting for his reflection, which hesitated, a fraction late, yet enough to unsettle. He lingered, eyes locked, as if expecting reality itself to resynchronize. Earlier, the rehearsal had ended sooner than usual. Outside, the February sky hovered, twilight refusing to descend, an uneasy pause in the air. Youngwon was last to leave the studio. As he flicked off the lights, he felt, no, he knew, someone else remained in the dark, breathing slowly, patiently. He didn't turn. An irrational conviction rooted him. He must not look back. They walked together, 7 figures, each adrift in their own inner storms. Hee-sung carried a weight, a bittersweet pressure, nostalgia for losses yet to come. Sung-hoon felt the inverse, a quiet certainty something precious had already fractured unnoticed. Sanu broke the silence at last. Has anyone realized nobody's called us today? He asked. No managers, messages, no restless notifications. A world suddenly mute, leaving them marooned in its vacuum. When they reached their residence, the lobby's lights glowed, soft but chill, warmth that refused to penetrate the space. Every sign of normalcy vanished. No staff, no echoing footsteps, not even the familiar elevator hum. ENHYPEN stepped ahead, snapping his fingers at the security camera. Its red light blinked, a final heartbeat, and died. This isn't right, Youngwon murmured. They took the stairs, as the elevator hung stalled somewhere above. Each flight stretched longer, the stairwell warped, subtly expanding, distorting reality with every step. At their floor, a door at the corridor's end stood wide open. Odd. None recalled it ever being ajar. They peered inside. The room, unfamiliar, pristine, awaited. 7 chairs formed a crescent under a single lamp, whose glow seemed to pulse from the core, failing to spread into the corners. A mirror stood against the wall, a relic, its dark frame breathing with a life of its own. We shouldn't, Jay said, but the threshold had already swallowed them. The door clicked shut, trapping the warmth outside. The lamp flickered. For an instant, the mirror reflected nothing. Then, with a shiver, their shapes appeared, but wrong. Slightly more confident smiles, eyes sharper, postures relaxed, silhouettes that seemed to whisper secrets, their shadows, not theirs. A voice drifted across the room, delicate but omnipresent. Desire always craves more than it receives. Sung-hoon recoiled. Who are you? That which grew alongside you, the voice replied. Every doubt, every whisper of inadequacy, every hunger for more, for less, for something else. The mirror changed, evolving. It showed moments never lived, others twisted from memory. Exhaustion transformed into rage, ambitions unspoken, wishes locked behind battered smiles. Hee-sung saw himself unburdened, never doubting. Youngwon glimpsed flawless leadership, no guilt, no hesitation. ENHYPEN watched unlimited potential flicker from within. Sanu's gaze sharpened. It doesn't aim to harm us, he said. It wants us to stay. The voice agreed. Choose who among you deserves existence. Let desire decide. A hush blanketed the air, thickening, weighing down their breath. Each felt it, the seductive pull of surrender. To become more, feel less, shed fear and longing, forever unpredictable consequences. Jay's fists tightened. If we accept, what becomes of us? You continue, the voice promised, but fragments remain here. What you lose, uncertainty and humanity. The mirror revealed its truth. Not doppelgangers, but shards, invitations to leave behind doubt, regret, and warmth. The price of perfection, empty clarity. Without fear, how do we grow? ENHYPEN objected. Without pain, how do we find truth? Sung-hoon added. One by one, they withdrew, retreating from the spectral promise. The room shuddered. The voice lost its softness, becoming brittle and venomous. You'll regret this, it hissed. You return always. Sanu stepped forward, not in fear but pity. Maybe, he said, but not today. A surge of white light, an eruption as the lamp exploded, shards of brightness and glass scattering. The mirror fractured, though not broken, as if something inside now clawed at its prison. Blinking, they found themselves, suddenly in the corridor. Familiar lights hummed. Distant city sounds filtered in. Phones simultaneously vibrated with a slew of missed messages. The world had resumed.